Hey everybody, welcome to this week's update. I'm doing the video from the worship center today because I've been working on some live stream stuff and I thought it'd be cool to show you here in this update. Number one, I've been wanting to get what's called lower thirds done for our live stream so that if you're watching from home or if you're watching after the fact, you can see the words at the bottom of the screen when we're singing, or it will look something like this during the sermon. And got that done this week, so that'll be cool. We're going to try to implement that this Sunday. That's going to be a lot of fun. Earlier today in this very same room, we had a meeting for our kids ministry volunteers where we rallied around what the Lord was doing here at Freedom City Church with our kids and through these amazing people. I hope that they felt thanked and appreciated. We also worked towards some stability things like ensuring that we have the correct safety training and implementing background checks and all of these things to make our kids ministry a vehicle that will sustain and go for many, many, many years, and that as kids come, as we build in numbers, et cetera, all of the structure is there. And so our volunteers are doing a great job. I really believe this is a great place to bring your kids, to learn the gospel, to be loved on, to be shaped. We want to partner with families to disciple kids for the next generation of the kingdom. And I don't even like saying the next generation really, because these kids are in the kingdom now and they're doing amazing things now. And we hear stories all the time about kids who are bold in sharing their faith and bold in living out their faith. And so this is a great place for families to bring their kids. And I'm so looking forward to the next many years of just seeing how the Lord shapes this ministry. And so, if you know somebody who's serving our kids here at Freedom City, please thank them. Please say, hey, thank you for doing that. And I really believe it's a fun team to be a part of. And again, we're doing great things there. So, hey, last week, I just want to thank you for just being a part of the pivot we did with Black History Month, with the prayer service at Lincoln Heights, and just rallying around this idea of racial unity in the church and warring the enemy and how he sows seeds of division, how he sows seeds of hate, and being really an answer to that in action and prayer and heart, and just being a part of this message together. I think it's really important. It's timely. And I know a lot of people were blessed by our reaction, and we had a great showing. Just really quickly, I want to share about the prayer time. I don't know. I mean, maybe these are pastors' numbers because we always inflate numbers, but I think that there were over 400 people at that prayer meeting. I think that it was really a neighborhood gathering, which is amazing. It wasn't just a prayer meeting. These people came to rally together, to be together, to stand strong, to mourn together, but also to walk in victory of, hey, we're not going to let this get us down. I made a couple Facebook posts on my personal page just saying, man, this was really an amazing experience just to see a people who have every right to be mourning and to be in fear and to wonder what's next, but instead we saw victory and prayer and rallying and worship and a community coming together saying, hey, this is what we're going to do. So I thought that was such a great example of what it looks like to be in victory at all times, even in hardship. And we could all learn from that. And I know that I learned from that. And so, again, I want to remind you to come to the community dinner, which will be Monday night, starts at 5:30, goes till 7. Invite people in your neighborhood, your family, your friends, people that go to other churches. It's okay. This is a unity event. And so we just want people to come and experience each other and to, just use our building to grow relationships, not only within our church, but outside of our church in our community. And so 5:30, if you're bringing a soup, if you're bringing a dessert, if you're bringing some bread, if you're serving, please be here at 5. And then I want to remind you about the Israel story that's coming up in March. I've received a lot of questions about the Israel story, and so that's great. That means that people are interested and wanting to come. Some people from Anderson Hills asking questions. And so, I would clear your calendar Tuesday nights in March for the Israel story. It's 4 installments each Tuesday in March. We're going to meet at 6 o'clock, but we're going to start at 6:15. We're going to have worship. You do not have to sign up. You can just come. We will have childcare if you have children. I've been saying use it as a date night, and that's a great way to come and learn the scripture in a new way. It's a new way to come together. It's a new way to invite people from the community and other churches. And we have some house church folks coming to the Israel Story. And so, it's going to be really good. My friend and our friend who comes here to Freedom City, John Myers, who is an expert on Israel, will be sharing some really key information on really the history of Israel as God's chosen people. So a lot of Old Testament stuff, but bridging it into New Testament stuff, into the present. What is the state of Israel today? What do we do about it? What do we believe about it? All of those things. And there's so many questions around that. And John does a really, really great job of explaining it all in a way that makes sense, in a way that's hard to argue with. I really believe it's really interesting. And so come out and worship with us, listen to John teach and ask questions and all of these things. So it'll be great. Now, we're going to hit on Romans 12 tomorrow. I feel like we're moving into the home stretch here. It's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, so 5 more weeks. We've almost made it all the way through Romans. 12 is a great chapter of unity, of love, of honor, of practicality. Hey, now that we know all of these things, how do we work in the body? How do we treat each other? How do we live together? How do we do ministry together? And it's a really, really great chapter. And so I know a lot of people love Romans chapter 12, including me. And so come and experience that. I do want to give you a heads up. I am planning on doing a week after 16, chapter 16 of question and answer time per the book of Romans. Now, of course, you could ask any questions you want based on anything you've heard in this in this worship center since you've been coming here. But I want to have a time of question and answer. I might even have at least one other person involved in that. So it's going to be a really casual service where we'll have some worship, but really we're going to come and I'm just going to be up here and I'll answer your questions for the book of Romans. I just want to make sure we're all on the same page, that we exit Romans well with everything understood, so that we can go forth on the same page. And honestly, I just think it'll be a lot of fun to open up the room and you can ask questions about theology. You can ask questions about the text. You can ask questions about what it means to be a Christian, what we believe as Freedom City Church on XYZ, all of those things. Obviously, we want to keep it appropriate. And really, it's kind of a risk to do this, because what if you don't ask any questions? But I think you will. I think it'll be great. And it'll be really fun, I think, to just dialogue together for our service. And then we'll talk. We'll talk about the stuff, talk about the hard stuff, easy questions, hard questions, big questions, small questions. There isn't a bad question. So I will see you tomorrow morning for Romans 12. I just feel really excited to worship with you tomorrow. I feel like God's doing something new. I feel like God's moving in a fresh way. And I just see more and more relationships cultivating here at Freedom City and people just feeling at home. I feel really, really, really blessed about that. So I love you all, and I will see you right here where I'm standing tomorrow morning, and we'll have some church together. Thanks a lot.